to keep. I'm not saying like Day Kolomoed, right? I mean, they're going to be making their money in Kolomoed.
Wait, you've been to the Dome of the Rock, right?
I've never been to I've never been in that place. I mean, I've been on Temple Mount, but we had Israeli security with us the whole time.
But you could have been there before you converted.
Yeah, before I converted, yeah, but I wasn't in Israel.
How did they know? Like, can you dress as a Muslim?
Want to hear a funny story?
Always.
So my parents came in 2019, right?
Yeah, you told me this story.
No, I just and then the cops wouldn't let me up. They let them up. Anyway,
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was with my family, and I was like, we're in the old city. I'm taking the children around, and so they wanted to go up. Go up to the temple area. And I was like, okay, I could probably walk with you guys most of the way, but I can't go up there, right? Because I was in yeshiva at the time, and it was like really big no-no, right? So I go walking with my family, and the police, the military's there, right? And they jump in front of us, and they said, you guys can go, but he has to stay here. And then my brother was like, well, why does he have to stay? He said, because he's a Jew.
Wait, but if you dress as a Muslim,
who, me?
Yeah, anyone. It doesn't matter.
You see, if I dress like a Muslim, what?
If anyone dresses as a Muslim, okay, can he go inside to the Dome?
Yeah, a lot of people do it. What do you mean?
Really? What? What do you mean a lot of people do?
A lot of people sneak up to the Temple Mount.
No way.
Yeah, a lot of people sneak up there. I've heard stories.
Like Jews?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know how much now, but I just know I have heard people say, yeah, we snuck up there.
Like they sneak as a Muslim?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Christians do that too? Christians, do they do that too?
No, they don't have to sneak up.
Oh, a Christian can enter freely?
I think they could go up there, but I don't think they could pray.
Could Muslims go inside the area of Western Wall?
Yeah.
And pray?
Yeah.
So how come Jews cannot? So how come Jews cannot pray inside?
Start a protest.
Start a protest that Muslims can freely pray in our place, but we cannot pray in their place. It used to be our place. Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought they were forbidden from praying in the Western Wall.
No. Sometimes I even see Muslim tours go through the Kotel.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They walk around, they go inside, they check out the books, they see all the things the Jews are doing, and they do.
Black Rabbi, is he still here? What do you think about when is Messiah supposed to come?
Hopefully tonight.
So among the rabbi, because I hear this from some of the Jewish, right? And they told me, the rabbi told them Messiah could come anytime. That is the consensus view of rabbi.
Black Rabbi, do you want the Messiah to come?
Of course.
Why?
I mean, it's part of human potential, right?
I don't know, but when Messiah comes, there's going to be a lot of it's going to get messy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to happen eventually, anyways.
So the three hallmarks of when Messiah comes, it will start the Messiah era, right? According to Judaism, And the three hallmark of Messiah era is peace, justice, and prosperity. No more fighting, no more struggling. And so as written in Quran, Isa bin Maryam.
Race is a lot of Medicaid people. So
Yeah, I'm not going to cut Medicare or Social Security because that would be political suicide. Because older people vote at such a higher rate than younger people. Young poor people, or just like poor people in general, vote at a much smaller rate than older retired
they'll
people.
keep the exchange open and everything else. Right now, you probably pay for your Medicaid, don't you?
No, it's all for free. But I have really good. Colorado is a very,
Your state will go broke on all that. By the way, that's the problem. Because they're offering it to every donor.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I mean, you always think of the socialistic policies, and in the end, everyone is broke. I think you really have to think through this. I mean, it's on the surface, socialism is so seductive. Everyone can have house, food, and whatever you want, but it always ends up badly. This is already played out in Soviet Union, in Communist China, North Korea, and
it's not that clear cut. I mean, I've been looking for a job now
Well, don't you think that part of it is also just because that is a consequence of these policies, socialistic policies that making the interfering with the market and making it bad. I mean that this is exactly what happened in China before the opening up. Nobody's working. And nobody can find a job, and no. I mean, what they're doing was pretending. Some people are pretending to work, and so this is what you get.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, whoever you find employment with will maybe have that as an option. Yeah, I wish you the best, Dolan. Healthcare stuff, man.
I mean, actually, Dolan, what about, to be more specific, have you looked into the nurse, job of nurse? Like I suggested last time?
Well, I mean, nurse, you have to have like a degree to become a nurse.
Well, why don't you go to get a nursing degree?
Well, I mean that's expensive, and I don't want to dig myself into debt.
Yeah, LPN to RN is not bad, and they'll pay it back a lot of the time.
Well, I mean, we don't need to get into my personal situation. Like, I'll figure it out, but I'll probably move back to my parents' house to fucking get some type of more education and then figure it out. But what I'm saying is there are people that don't have the privilege that I have to move back to my parents' house, So, what do you do?
We're entering a period of austerity now. It's a new day.
Yeah, most people.
Well, I don't mean when you say austerity, it's government spending austerity.
That's right.
Not for the market, free market. It actually
It will bring your rates down. It'll bring your rates
yes frees up the market and deregulate, and then the market will prosper, and the whole society
down. For
will
a young
prosper.
guy, you could just have your catastrophic insurance, and then they'll bring the price down on all the scripts and the visits. So you pay $100 here and there to see your practitioner, and it's tough when you got a family, though. Really, and if you need a surgery, oof.
Well, the whole thing is because the free market isn't working. I mean, it's just, I mean, talking about the medical insurance and all that. This is crazy when you have regular medical procedures you need to insure. Insurance is for unexpected accidents and unforeseeable things. And why not? Why do we have to? I mean, this is not insurance. If you're regular, you have a regular checkup and regular, procedures, expected things. You should just pay it out of your pocket. What the hell is insurance for? You don't pay. You don't go into a restaurant and pay your restaurant bills with insurance. It's just crazy. I mean, this is insanity.
Well, the reason you have insurance is because healthcare is so expensive to begin with.
No, it's not expensive because you have these insanity. It becomes expensive. You just make
insurance companies.
You just I mean, an insurance company just take the cut, and then all that the bureaucracies. I mean, you should be able to pay your teeth cleaning or checkup with just cash. What the hell is the insurance for?
Well, I don't know. They're billing an awful lot of money.
Because it's going through the insurance. I mean, don't you understand? I mean, you're putting the.
They bill double because they're only going to get paid half. So
exactly.
They just play that stupid shell game.
It's just shell game. Exactly.
It's a big mess, man. I mean,
this is big. It's because the mess is brought on by not
the
having.
government. Of course, if you're going to take the hard libertarian line, Hanson, I'm sure you can steel man the other side. Why maybe the state should pay for all that. But at the end of the day, you can even bring it down to the state level. They're going to still be paying for roads, infrastructure, and plumbing, water treatment, yada yada. So while some of that could be privatized, it's the rights of the citizens, such as police, fire, general zoning, and some basic structure will be provided by the government, be it state or federal. And so healthcare is right on the fence to where people think it's a fundamental right.
I mean, from left, everything is like whatever they want is left. It's just crazy. It's insane. It's like they want something, and then they just categorize that as a right, so they can rob other people to get it.
So you get your sunlight, do a bunch of push-ups, take your vitamin D, maybe do a course of ivermectin, and you're off to the races. But when I started in 2009 in business, medicine, it was like a lot of uninsured. 11-12% in Virginia, and then after Obama did Obamacare, it came down to 2 or 3% on the self-pay. So it's been dramatically good for my business to have Medicaid expansion, but I'm in the high Medicaid here.
Yeah, so you're in the healthcare industry. So is it driving prices up?
Yeah. All of the games they play. If it was just a more direct payment system.
Because they know that they're automatic paid.
There's middlemen who scour every charge and try to kick it back. Then you fight with them, you get it through.
I knew a little girl
There's a lot of dollars
to whom someone gave a bunny rabbit.
At all levels. And a lot of that waste is on this.
Well, increase prices because they know that these people on Medicaid are going to get subsidized by the government?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the point.
Things are really good.
I mean, everybody gets suckered
That's
off.
why they give like
off of the
$100 a
government.
month, and then you just go print off a stupid GoodRx coupon, and it brings it down to 22. Is because they're just showing their floor price essentially on GoodRx. That's on meds. And on services, we'll bill $300 for an office visit, but if you said, Doc, I want to see you, we have a cash price. It's $120. So I mean, most people have a cash price, and a insurance price. So there's two things.
Exactly. Don't that's exactly what I said. I mean, you don't understand. I mean, you have to get the doctor to actually tell her what the trick is.
So what we should be receiving is cash instead of Medicaid, so that we can spend it on what we spend it on, like food, shelter, whatever, right? Instead of having it go automatically to healthcare, because then you're picking winners and losers. Have it go to whatever the person.
You will miss it. If you give cash to Medicaid people, they will blow it on other stuff. They'll go buy a jet ski or something. So you can't trust them with that money in their hand.
You can restrict.
Well, I mean,
Shelter.
yeah. Well, the thing is, I think there's a gradation, right? I mean, it's directly put the cash in hand of the recipient is better than going all these routes. But the optimal is not put the cash in, free cash in anybody's hand. That's the optimal. I mean, there's suboptimal, and then there's worst scenarios.
But if that system worked, it would have been done by now.
What, cash in hand system?
No, like not putting any money.
Well, not every optimal thing would be put in place. Just like the obvious things Elon is doing, rooting out corruption. Why didn't we have this for decades? Not just 1 or 2 years. This is like for decades. Why don't we have this now? I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you think that every good things are coming automatically? I mean, why is North Korea still in place? Why is Kim Jong-un is still in power? Why is Pol Pot killed so many? 60-70% of the country's population. I mean, just think about it when you speak something.
No, but okay, well, there is a reason that Obama was reelected, right? Because people liked his healthcare plan, correct?
Sure, as part of it, yeah.
And that involved people needed help, like the free market.
It was in a really bad spot. Yeah, the healthcare system was.
Well,
in a
the
bad
thing
spot.
is, people could be fooled. They think. I mean, when Obama came to power, I knew he was a socialist, but many people didn't. They knew the Obamacare is a bad idea, and people were seduced into thinking a socialistic plan is a good idea. I mean, that people could be fooled, just like Venezuelans voted Chavez, Victor Chavez, into power, and they're still doing the same thing.
What would you have done differently with reforming healthcare? Because something had to be done because the free market wasn't working.
Yes, I mean, well, because free market is not used, okay? It's not working. It's never used, and we should have a free market system. Get rid of all these interference of the government. We should have just completely free market healthcare. Oh, just as any other.
There was a free market healthcare system.
What?
You're saying there never was a free market?
No, right.
So why do you think that was? That is
because people were seduced into thinking the socialistic system would work.
Okay, so Canada has a free public health care, right? So whenever, the Americans say, oh, American healthcare system is not working, they always like to use Canadian system as an example. But I would like to tell you, as someone that's a Canadian here, and then from actually the official statistics just released, there were 15,000 people died in the process of waiting to access the health care. Okay, and then if you ask any Canadian, right, if they have a chance, would they go down to the United States to get health care or stay here in Canada? Probably if they have a chance, they would all go down, right? And all the best Canadian doctors would all go to American market to be a doctor because of this nationalized, restricted public healthcare system. The doctors would even lose money by operating a clinic. Okay, so that's why don't buy those those bureaucracies or those people that would like more control or politician control over ordinary people to like everything they say is that they want to control the people more by using better marketing terms. So just don't buy into those slogans or marketing campaigns, especially people like Obama.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. They always seduce people saying, you can get this for free. I mean, there's no free lunch.
Okay, so then you don't believe in government running education either?
Of course. What do you think? We were talking about it earlier. Where were you?
Of course not.
Just go to usdebtclock.org and look at the actual balance sheet, the spreadsheet, and look that every American is $660,000 in debt. Just go look at the numbers and know that all of this spending is a cumulative debt. It's just going to keep growing unless we actually cut spending dramatically and radically change the way that we are operating and doing administrative expenses. The whole system's bankrupt.
Okay, so Hanson just told me to go back to school. Does that mean I would have to take on debt?
No, dude. People just want you to be a genius, but you don't have to go back to school and borrow money to fucking become an intelligent human being. They're called books. Try a fucking library first before you go spend money at some university that has a lot of books. Go read fucking books. What else are you going to do?
Okay, so how do I get a leg up on the competition on my resume if I want to apply for a nursing
Just
job?
fuck it. You don't need to apply for a nursing job. Go find some rich guy, show him your bibliography of all the books you've ever read, and say, I'm working for you.
Yeah, to correct you, B, it's 300,000 per taxpayer or 100,000 per citizen. It's still a massive.
USDebtClock.org shows that everybody has a $660,000 debt.
I'm on the debt clock. Look at the top left of it.
Look at the bottom right.
The top left is the debt per taxpayer and debt per citizen.
Well, anyways, we could make a movie about that fucking website. There's no point in arguing about it. We all know that the system is broke beyond belief.
Liability per citizen is projecting into all future liabilities and pension and everything.
It's insurmountable. I mean, it's insurmountable. Chairman Powell said at the recent congressional committee hearing, he said it will take 20 years of consistent 5% growth just to get over the $1 trillion plus growing annual deficit interest payment, primarily to China and other countries that own a large percentage of our debt.
Okay, so there's no way to overcome it?
No, you can start paying back. You cut the expenditure, start paying back essentially $1 trillion a year. That's their goal.
Is this going to be
Baby boomers are looking at this in terms of their expiration clock. They got about a 20 to 30 year run individually. And so they believe that all these subsequent generations are going to work their ass off for 20 fucking years to pay down. It's not going to happen. Everybody knows it. You, me, and everybody here knows it. That the fucking population of this country is not going to hit the grindstone for 20 fucking years just to get us over a hump. The system is corrupt and totally fucked. They need to shut it down.
But then when you shut it down, then what happens?
Well, that's when everybody gets issued a weapon.
God. So we're screwed.
We are screwed because we've indebted ourselves. We've made ourselves a slave state. We have made ourselves debt zombies for generations to come. It's not the worst situation in the world because at least we have a certain standard of living in this country. But if we let the floodgates open and we let all of our cities become inundated with millions of illegals that can't support themselves, and we already have a housing crisis, it only gets worse. But shit rolls downhill. But that's why I think maybe we should still arm everybody.
This is because
Well, exactly.
we did it to ourselves, and precisely because we were not thinking, and then seduced by the socialistic, ideology, and thinking that free stuff will just fall from the sky, and it's not using our brains, or either their brains kicked in by the donkey.
See, if there's a revolution in China, it's possible that we don't have to pay them back and we can do some kind of debt forgiveness with that country. But we need to essentially, put a bunch of lesbian Democrat clowns in charge of the CIA and get them to foment some type of internal revolution and insurrection in China, in their biggest cities, and then we can negotiate.
So is it okay to subsidize big corporations like Amazon and Tesla?
Who said that? I mean, we shouldn't. It's because subsidy comes from these socialistic people, like the Democrats, and then they're too big to fail. So I mean, it's precisely because we are surrendering our power to these bureaucrats, and they can do whatever they want, and then they whoever they're selling out to whoever pays them the most.
Dolan, you just have to realize, first off, that Clubhouse Clown House is essentially a place where low IQ dumb people come to talk about nothing to waste time. So, for every 10 minutes you spend in Dumb Clown House, be sure you spend an hour with a book. And you see, there's a million books out there. So if you were to go to a library and just go to the philosophy psychology section, it would take you years to even fucking read that shit, let alone even grasp it. So, if you keep coming here, just go look in the mirror and remember it's you that's the problem.
No, I trust me. Yes, you are correct. But I'm not in debt, so that's a good thing. But you the one running off like Roger Mayhem movie rooms? What's going on with that? There's actually a Roger Mayhem movie. Is that true? Or is that a secret? Hello?
I don't know about this thing, but I think you do have to, you can't just
then get off of Clubhouse and get your shit together.
Yeah, get off your sofa and then do something. Either go to a nurse school or learn the coding or whatever.
What about day trading? Is that a bad idea?
Sure, if you're interested. I mean that takes quite a bit of work at the beginning.
Or be a YouTuber.
Yeah, you can do YouTuber.
What should I YouTube about? Day trading?
Or no. I mean, whatever you want to do, you can just yap.
You know what?
Yapping.
There's a channel. It's actually someone lives in Toronto. What he does is just basically plain walking on every street of the city, just like plain walking, just streaming his walk, just like both sides of the street or whatever, just plain walking everywhere in the city. And then usually his views are like 20K ish, And then after people have found out he actually has so many views and stuff, he became actually a prominent, like a figure in the city. And then there are more and more channels that started to mock him, just start walking in the city. And then you can't believe how many people actually will watch those.
Was this guy in Canada?
Yeah. So I think his channel's name is called Johnny Strides. It's basically, he doesn't even explain stuff. It's just like plain walking, Maybe here and there he will say something during the walk, but because like people can, the city is kind of big, like you don't usually get to see every pocket of the city, but if he actually goes there and then take you there to see actually what's around, so someone would actually really like to watch those. Think about that.
Vincent, are you still here?
No, he left.
Eugene, are you still here?
Also.
Are you okay, Eugene, and everything?
I'm alive.
Alright.
Are you a little bit frightened, Nolan, by all our right-wing people surrounding you now?
I understand where you're coming from, but I think you're a little extreme. And I'm scared I'm going to lose my Medicaid. I'm scared I'm going to lose my food stamps. I'm scared I'm going to lose my low-income public transit pass. $300 a year for unlimited bus and train. It wiped out just from.
You know what? Come to Canada. Welcome to Canada. We welcome you to come here to the.
Yeah, why don't you go to Canada?
Maybe. I don't know, because it's too expensive. The housing is too expensive. And
you don't need to live in the big city. I mean, I can swap with you. You come here, I go to where you are.
You're not happy in Canada?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Because of the whole. Yeah, isn't the GDP per capita is going down in Canada, I heard.
Yeah, we originally, like in OECD countries, our GDP per capita was like a little bit above average of all OECD countries. Now we're like almost the last. In terms of growth rate.
It's only only a matter of time. This will happen. Canadians should know that. Should have known that. It's just sick.
So
no foresight.
There's a huge backlog. I don't even have my low-income public transit pass yet because there's like a 5-month backlog. And I called them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're hiring more people to process the applications. We have like we're still processing applications that we received in August." And I'm like, I need that pass now.
Well, the now is all important, and if you never forget that and always remember that the now is all important, you'll always prioritize and make the right decision, because you won't be, thinking about tomorrow. You won't be thinking about yesterday. You can't hear tomorrow. You can't hear yesterday. They don't exist. The now is all there is. So it's like a tool for action, prioritization, transparency, clarity, simplification, because the problem is we are using so many words all the time and plus automatic reactions. It's just a way to like reframe your situation, that the now is all important, meaning you are all important. It's not like it's not self-centeredness or narcissism. It's just a tool for you to stop, See, this app is like the perfect example that it proves that you're not master of your environment or your thoughts or your speech. You still react and live this automated reaction lifestyle as opposed to taking action now or.
Saying I'm being controlled.
No, I'm just trying to give you a tool or a technique to try to be more aware and relaxed because it's all about creating a balance within you so that you'll always make, the best choices in the future because you're relaxed. You're not rushed and stressed out. But what do I know? I'm just a philosopher bee. Yakov!
We're in Canada.
Yakov!
Toronto.
What's going on? Why did you change your PTR to some weird gay-looking Hawaiian flag? Hello?
Sorry, it's the Sapphic flag. You're very close to it when you use the word gay.
Huh?
It's the Sapphic flag.
What is Sapphic?
Sapphic is another term for a lesbian from the Greek poet Sappho's, who first wrote about her love of other women.
Let me ask you a question. I believe this is a trick question, but do you believe in hermaphrodites?
Yeah, it's one of the, what is it, 6, or is it 8? The Talmud speaks of 8 different sort of types of genital things. One of them is, let me make sure actually, hermaphrodites are, you can't tell, it's neither male or female genitals, right?
I mean, my belief is a hermaphrodite, as we use the term, is that the individual has both sex organs, a vagina and a penis.
Oh. Let me see if that's the one. Hold on. I have this in my saved ChatGPT things.
I have a point or a joke to the question.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a question. Sorry. Well, yeah. What's the joke?
The point or the joke is that there is no such thing as a hermaphrodite. A hermaphrodite is just a woman with an enlarged clitoris. A hermaphrodite has never existed because there's only 2 fucking genders. And thus, there are no such things as hermaphrodites. But there are faggots! There are faggots!
Yes. I would say 2 sexes, not 2 genders. So then you get into the whole identification.
But you get my point. I looked it up. There is no such thing as a hermaphrodite. It doesn't exist. In other, like a snake maybe can do autogenesis. And
that's cool.
Yeah, so, I don't know if you know the show Sopranos, he's like, that's why they say a snake can go fuck him. That snake can go fuck himself. I heard you say something funny the other day, or maybe even today.
Who said something funny?
I don't know if it was you actually anymore, but I think you said something that I took note of yesterday or today. I don't remember. It was...
Oh, man, you're not getting...
Actually, maybe it was Jazzy.
Not me.
No, Jazzy Jasmine, the loudmouth.
TJ Jazzy Jeff?
No, not...
Fresh Prince?
No, this big black woman on this app, Jazzy. You don't know Jazzy? Ugh, she's a big anti-Semite.
What's behind the El Normo show?
Nothing. I was just like, man, he's never going to record himself. I'm like, I want to, produce the El Normo show. He's like my Larry David. He's his own Larry David. He's in his own right. He should have his own show, but nothing gets created anymore unless we create it ourselves. So, what can you do?
Does he come into here? Is he swell?
Yes. And I indulge him, and then I go back and I play clips of him, and he sits there laughing. He's enjoyed my. He says he doesn't dislike me in the way that other people do. So, but he doesn't really compliment what I'm doing. But he also doesn't. He doesn't complain. I did take his photo off because that might cause my account to get deleted. So I was like, maybe I'll just make it generic. See, we condition each other with these names, and El Normo has conditioned a lot of people on this app. So when people see the name El Normo, they're conditioned to even come in the room because they're like, oh, maybe I can talk to El Normo.
Yeah, I think it's kind of binary. People love him or hate him. There's no one in the middle. No one says, yeah, I haven't really thought of whether I like him or not. No.
See, he is a middle kind of guy. I mean, the whole thing in Tanya is in betweener, so he's a very balanced person. And, I don't see him as, you know what I love is when I hear people say that Theodore Herzl was an atheist, his daughters married off, outside the race, and that Herzl wasn't religious. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like, none of these people ever even read a book by Herzl. And they've never read the biography, they know nothing about Herzl. And they're so quick to say.
On a regular basis?
Who, Herzl?
Yeah. I mean, I've read that he was secular, but not that he was.
Hold on, sorry.
What was the word you used? Atheist. I don't know. He wasn't an atheist. Just he wasn't.
No, it's just that people are saying that Israel is a hypocrite, that the government is a hypocrite, the people are hypocrites.
I don't buy that. Yeah, therefore, because they're not. Yeah, that's what in Amir's room they say. Well, because first it's a made-up language, and then the second, these people who founded it didn't believe in God, or in God, and they didn't follow the teaching, so therefore they can't have a country. Like, no, if your tribe comes from there, then well, why not? Like, that's such a loser argument, to my opinion.
Yeah. Anyways, I really do think that this app is just low IQ dumb people talking about nothing, wasting time.
They get off on hearing themselves talk. Okay, so I found it. There are.
Yeah, that's true.
6 genders in the Talmud. 6 distinct, sexes. Zachar, which is male. Nikiva, which is female. Androgynous, which comes from the Greek. Because, the Greeks were there before the Talmud was written down, so they adopted some of their words. Person with both male and female sexual characteristics. I think, isn't that what you were talking about?
But see, an androgynous person means like an in-betweener. Doesn't necessarily mean they have the biologics or the penis and the vagina.
No, this is saying, according to Talmud, this says it has both. Tumtum, a person whose sexual characteristics are ambiguous or hidden at birth, but their status may remain uncertain through life or may change. Eloinut, which is a person assigned female at birth who does not develop secondary sex, i.e. breasts, and is often infertile. Saris, person assigned male at birth who does not develop typical male secondary sex characteristics. And they tend to be naturally occurring sterile in nature.
I've bought a bunch of yearbooks from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s.
People's high school yearbooks?
College yearbooks. West Point,
Harvard.
They're on eBay, and it's just so fascinating looking at the photography from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Plus, the quality of the yearbooks are incredible.
Yeah, I like looking at the photography from even 50 years ago, when that you look at the cars and look at the fashion, and everything is so different. It's amazing. As a photographer, I find it just very intriguing.
Yeah.
Like what's interesting is in film days, you would take 36 exposures. If it was a 35mm camera, and you were lucky if you got 2 shots. And there's this amazing. Have you seen the Marilyn Monroe on the air vent of a subway, and her skirt is blowing up?
Yeah.
Have you seen that famous photographic proof sheet?
Yeah.
And the photographer circles one in red. Here, let me find it, and I'll put a link in the chat so you. But now, all of those proof sheets, all of the negatives, are still in the photographer. But today, with the digital cameras, you take a picture, you don't like it, you delete it. And so we don't have this historical record of all the shots that we didn't like. But 30 years later, all of them become so cool because of the changes in fashion and everything. So it's like that which we think is irrelevant now will become much more relevant in the future. We're deleting it with digital cameras.
Everything is now, though. You can go. The thing is, you can go to YouTube and I saw this YouTube channel today that it's got like millions of followers, and they're doing AI video previews, movie previews. They're creating, trailers and movie previews, using AI, and they're so good, and it's so to the theme of the characters in the movies, and they're modifying it, and in some ways it's like incredible for a movie studio to be able to test that and look at that data and say, okay, we'll do this one, we'll do that one, we'll do this one, but based on what the data is saying on YouTube. And because what they're doing is they're beta testing how audiences react to those certain genres of movies, but it's so
They've always done that. Now they can just do it quicker.
but it's such good quality, it makes you think that even the movie studios are redundant now, because people just want the short term. Nobody wants to go sit in a fucking movie for 2 hours and watch. Because even the movies aren't really like true AIs, so it's like, why do you want to watch Sylvester Stallone do Rambo again?
The bigger thing is soon, when Sylvester Stallone is dead, they'll make a new version of him using AI when he was really bulky and fit. And the estates of these stars are going to be suing the crap out of the studios. There's no image and likeness laws currently on the books, I believe. So it's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Here, look at the contact sheet link.
7-year itch.
So that was...
Was that Jerry Lewis?
No, I think that was Frank Sinatra.
You sure about that? The photo looks like... Yeah, it's so hard to say.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
Albert Eisenstadt, I think, was the photographer. I can't remember.
It really is a magical scene.
7-year itch. Let me see. And there's another contact sheet from when it was just her on the grate.
This website looks like it's got a lot of stuff.
It's going to be on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now.
Oh, live right now. But do you then save them so that they're available at other times?
Yeah, when you end a live, the video goes to private, then you have to go click back on it and make it public.
It's just not public. Well, isn't all your stuff public?
Well, I have to go back in and click it, so I'll wait for a week to build up a ton of lives, then I'll go back and just spend 20 minutes creating them all, turning them all to public. But nobody watches this shit, and in fact, the algorithm has essentially determined that I'm spam. So I used to get an audience on YouTube Live, but now I get nothing, nobody, unless it's somebody.
Why did you stop the Instagram Live? Because that's where I remember you from Chicago Cheeseburger.
I still do Instagram Lives, but Instagram also ends lives when people use profanity, so it's you could go for...
I never heard you use profanity.
No, not me, other people. Yeah, other people. Yeah. What's his name? Resistance, Adams, anybody who's a screamer, Pepe, anybody who's a screamer and uses profanity, it will just kill the live stream and then you lose it. So YouTube doesn't kill it. So YouTube is more friendly to vulgar, transcript and content. Yeah, this is going nowhere. Filming all this stuff. No, filming Clubhouse. It's the same. It's the same shtick every day, just different tune. Yeah. So I don't know. I have built up a huge book collection in my house over the past 4 years.
Huge what?
Book collection. I have 15 bookshelves full of books, and I've spent a pretty penny. I would say maybe $25,000 on all the books, somewhere around there. So I want to turn all the books into videos and process every book that I have.
What do you mean? I don't really know what that means.
So just hold the book up, and do a 3-minute or 15-second or 16-second short, and then just do an audio overlay. But I want to film the book, and title it and keyword it, and basically put my whole library onto YouTube, at least in terms of, having the titles and the keywords. So that will take me probably 6 months to do once I start doing it. But I'm going to go, slowly, but make it into a daily routine until I get through the whole collection. So that's like on my to-do list for 2025, is to go through my library, basically.
Good luck.
Yeah, I have built up this collection knowing that I wanted to turn them all into videos, but I do not want to sell them. I do, because I don't want to have to ship anything. It's just a waste of time. So buying all these books. I feel bad for the postal carrier, though, who for 4 years has been carrying books to my house like daily.
He's lucky that people like you exist or he wouldn't have a job.
No, he'll have a job. It's called junk mail. My shit was the heavy lifting.
No, they don't call it junk mail. It's called, I was in the business called third class mail.
I know. Hedge, welcome to the Adrian Dittman Show.
Yeah, somebody else joined.
Hi.
Hi.
What's
How
going
are
on?
you guys?
We're good. We're just sitting here bullshitting. What are you doing?
We're not bullshitting. This is a highly intellectual conversation.
Oh, it's not
No bullshit
intellectual. Everything on the app is stupid. It's just low IQ, wasted time. I mean, do you want me to give you a sample? Do you want to get radiated? Oh, Randy's here.
Oh, hey, Randy.
Conversation's gonna get randy.
Do you have some kind of superpower?
He does, several.
Everyone's
Take
got
your pick. What's
superpowers.
on the menu today?
I don't know. I don't want to be too honest.
No, I was asking Lao Zhu what is on the radio.
Nothing. I was gonna ask Randy. What is Randy doing at 6 o'clock on the East Coast?
No, I don't want to be.
7 o'clock.
Let's see. Have I met you before, Hedge?
I don't know. Have you?
Hedge is a Falun Dafa, Falun Gong
Not
dissident.
It's A. It's
Oh, sorry. Okay, I apologize. Where is it? Finnish or Norwegian?
Swedish.
It's Dutch. Oh, so yeah, it's close.
Well, you can say.
Finland.
In Finland, you say moi. It's quite completely different.
No, I meant geographically, it was close.
Yeah. And in Norway, you say hej.
Hey.
In Swedish, you say hey.
Do you guys leave the kids outside when you go inside to the restaurant like they do in Denmark?
Oh, well, I've seen that video.
My friends tell me about it.
Well, I wouldn't leave my child
Me
outside
too.
in the cold. I wouldn't.
Me too. I don't know why they do it.
I don't know. I've seen that video on YouTube. I was like, what?
Have you seen that, Adrian?
Mm-mm.
They leave the children in the crib.
Outside
in the
prams. In the prams.
But they have blankets and so on.
Yeah, it's just their face is exposed.
Yes. Just to make their
Used to the
immune
cold.
system stronger.
That's retarded.
Yes.
But, well, I don't know.
It's not like they're doing yoga.
Something.
They're just sitting there wasting time. It's fucking stupid. And it's cold
So
out.
the parents can go inside and have a quiet meal with their kids.
Yeah, but
It's very selfish.
that's the thing is I don't understand. I mean, I don't have kids,
Yes,
so I don't know what it's like to have uncontrollable children, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I could like get my child
Uncontrolled children.
to be
Every
quiet.
time you do it, some child will be born.
You could. What do you think about Elon Musk's kid during that White House presser when the kid was
I thought it
talking?
was cute. Like, you don't see the 4-year-olds, whatever, like, they're, like, just goofing up. Do you remember Rudy Giuliani's kid behind one president when he was getting sworn in, and he was... What was that? Was it the presidential swearing in? Rudy Giuliani's
I don't know
kid
the Giuliani one though.
He's a former mayor of New York City. But
No, I mean I don't know the video you're talking about.
Yeah, it's here. I'll find it. It's just hysterical. Like when kids are being kids, you know, and adults let them do that. I think it's great. It's the best thing.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm willing to bet, based on the fact that Elon Musk goes live on X every night for 5 hours and gets high on ketamine, that he's like not sitting there with his son and reading him a book and, you know, teaching him how to stretch or teaching him how to like relax and, you know, I mean, he just lets the kid do whatever he wants and lets the mom raise him. I mean, he has outsourced 16 children to women, you know.
Like, he has 16?
16 children.
He got another one.
Another one, just a super hottie, a Trump MAGA girl.
Yeah.
And you know,
Oh, here it is, I
on X about 3-4 days ago, maybe a week ago, he was like, "Oh, I just got back. I just fucked the shit out of that bitch in her house." Like, I don't, you know, when you are Elon Musk, I mean, he gets a lot of DMs and he knows a lot of
The
people.
video I posted in the chat. This was him giving a speech, and his son was in the background. He's all grown up now,
Oh my
but
gosh.
he's like goofing off behind his father. If you go into the video, you'll see him make funny faces back there. It was many years ago.
What's up with Elon Musk? Are you a little bit jealous of him?
No, I'm not jealous. I
Maybe should
just think that, you know, honestly, I think he's just annoying. I think he's an annoying person, to tell you the truth. I think he's annoying. But I like what he's doing, but I think he's annoying. It's a complaint.
How many females have you slept with?
I don't know, probably 157.
I want to see a spreadsheet. I don't believe that.
Trying to get to 1,000 before I have my first child.
Do you keep a spreadsheet of date and time and rating?
No, but I think over the course of like a couple hours one day or a couple days, I actually searched my memory for every girl I've ever slept with, and it came out to be, I think it was like 152.
Have you ever had an STD?
Have you ever heard being a celibate?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but you just said you slept with a lot of women, so she's asking, did you get an STD?
Oh, no. I mean, you know, you take a shower, you use condoms. I mean,
Use PrEP.
you know.
Just use PrEP every day.
Yeah, when she says, "I'm not going to take a shower, I'm going to go home," you say, "Okay, bye, bitch, I'm taking a shower." You don't wait. Get right in that shower after you spank that booty. It's called hygiene. It means taking a hot shower, brushing your teeth, clipping your nails, cutting your hair, scrubbing with soap and a brush.
If you get an STD, to be honest, you should wrap that thing up.
Yeah, you got to wear protection. You don't want to get infected. Because really, if you think about it, it is the pussy that infects the penis first. It's not the penis that infects the pussy first.
But
No, it goes both ways.
Uh-oh, we got a Purple Heart recipient, the Conqueror of Babylon, and a 72-pack of beer. The magician Don Juan. Yeah, he conquered it. He did 600 dismounted missions.
I don't like him.
You don't like Doc?
Oh, you smoked to Doc?
Yeah, he's not a nice one.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you know, somebody said something about Don the other day, and they were right. They said, dude, Don really likes to argue and debate. He loves talking. He loves debating. I was like, dude, he really does. That man really loves to talk and debate. He'll play the contrarian every single time.
But who's the number one debater on the app?
I liked personally Roger Mayhem because what he was doing was like a roast, and it was a controlled, funny roast. I really liked his, you know, moderation, which is really his authority, and his, you know, how he would allow people to like cook themselves. It was just a show, you know. I miss hearing his voice on this app. It was a show.
The opposite of him is the guy with the camera in his PTR, Gary, whatever. He like goes in this long-winded.
Gary Baumgarten?
Yeah, a long-winded introduction where he just like holds forth court on the topic of the day, and then lets people in. Barely debates them; they just speak. It's like I snooze every time I.
Can I say what he sounds like in Swedish?
Which person?
That human that's talking. Not you, but the other one.
Sure.
You can guess what I'm trying to say in my language. He sounds like an idiot.
Let me guess, that is an idiot?
Yeah.
But I don't speak much Swedish. All I speak is Volvo. The only word I know in Swedish is Volvo.
Yeah.
They have a Volvo. 2 of them. 3 of them, actually.
Meatballs, IKEA.
Why do you think he's an idiot?
No, he sounds a little bit like an idiot.
A little bit, but he is
Well,
what you're saying.
we are technically in another show called Low IQ Dumb People talking about nothing wasting time, so be careful who you call an idiot.
Wait, so you're saying low IQ dumb people?
You said that you sound
Adrian, does that mean you said low IQ dumb people? Are there high IQ dumb people?
Sometimes I create a show called High IQ Room for low IQ dumb people who like to waste their time and talk about nothing.
Yeah, okay. Because it sounds redundant when you say low IQ dumb people. You can just drop the low IQ.
No, I like to add the low IQ part in there, not just dumb. Because sometimes I say dumb clown, but I really like to add it in there. Low IQ dumb.
I like the clown ass. Noun.
just saying idiot. I will say it in Finnish as well. Idiotti.
The basis of my theory or thesis about low IQ dumb
But you're
people
an idiotti.
is from Chinese philosophy, which says, "Those who think do not know; those who know do not think." Or that's not right. It's
Yeah.
those who say do not know, and those who know do not say. But what I'm really trying to get at is, the more you think, the more you speak, the further from the truth you get. So thus, at whatever it is that you're saying on this app, it violates that philosophical maxim. So thus, everyone is low IQ and dumb. That's the theory.
why you're speaking a lot and your mouth has diarrhea.
See, that's projection. That's what we call projection.
No, it sounds like you have vomit diarrhea in your mouth.
I know. That's what I call projection.
Maybe you should give the mic to someone else and stop your diarrhea from running through your face.
That's cool. I can visualize that.
Yeah, do it.
Well, see, my opinion is that you're low IQ and dumb, and that you're projecting the diarrhea onto me from your own disgusting mouth. You see how that works? It's you that you're talking about. You're not even talking about me, Lao Tzu. You are literally talking about yourself. Don't you see that? Do you get it? You see how that works?
Preach, diarrhea mouth.
Anyways, that's the theory, is that 99% of everything you hear on this app is projection. And she just proved it.
Look at the video. Did you look at the video I posted?
Did you get your claps? No one was capping.
Capping, I hate that for Adrian, did you watch the video?
No, sorry. I'm just, kind of really just relaxing.
Yes,
over
they don't
here.
have any influence.
No, I mean, you described it to me. I get it. Like, I don't really want to see a kid run around Rudy Giuliani's legs on a Saturday night. I just don't give a shit. Sorry.
No, he's on a podium giving a speech during the day.
Listen, post some more photos of Marilyn Monroe, okay? I don't care about Giuliani's little kid. Sorry.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Can everyone do a funny game?
Hedge, can I, do you want to do truth or dare?
Sure.
Okay, truth or dare. Is that Nora Bandura? Okay, Hedge, truth or dare?
Can you make that yapping?
Truth or dare, Hedge, truth or dare?
I told you truth. But
Okay,
the
truth.
yapping dog was barking too much. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Tell us about a time in your memory when you were very depressed and what was going on in your life.
Oh, that was very dark. I thought you would say like something sexy. But alright. It was when I got divorced from my wife. It was not nice. How about you?
That's interesting. I didn't know you were homosexual. What happened in the marriage?
Yeah, well, I am. We weren't the right match.
I do want to let everybody know that at any moment I may break out into Yiddish folklore song. So be warned. And just feel free to hit the leave quietly button when my Yiddish German songs pierce to the core of your existence and you realize that you are a low IQ dumb person wasting your time talking about nothing.
Okay. There you go. Idiot. 2 and 2. 1, 2.
Okay, this is called the Baal Shem Tov song. Words by Moshe Bassin, 1898 to 1971.
I'll leave. It's too much.
Oh, you're gonna love it, Hedge. This is gonna pierce the core of your existence. It's called Music by Joseph Rumshinsky, published in sheet by Metro Music Company, New York, in 1954. Oh, did she leave? Shucks. Ich will Azemel der Süngen Guten you I. Ich will der singen von dein Schusterl. Geht a Schusterl in. Yeah, I don't know how to read music, but I'm just going up when it goes up and down when it goes down. But that's the Baal Shem Tov song. This is the translation. It says, I'll sing you a song, Lord. I'll sing about your shoemaker. A shoemaker goes forth at dawn. Where are you off to, my shoemaker? I'm off to earn bread for my wife and child. What are you sewing, my shoemaker? I sew boots for poor people. God's children go about, unfortunately barefoot, and the world is full of mud. I will sing you a song, Lord. I'll sing about your merchant. A merchant goes forth at dawn. Where are you off to, my merchant? I'm carrying the whale and the leviathan. For God's children suffer, unfortunately, and go hungry, and there'll be a feast. I will sing you a song, Lord. I'll sing about your teacher. A teacher goes forth at dawn. Where are you rushing off to, my teacher? I'm rushing to win people's hearts. What are you carrying, my teacher? I'm carrying God's Torah. So what? So that the world, God forbid, will not stray from the righteous path. I will sing you a song, Lord. I'll sing about your musician. A musician sets out yearning at dawn. What are you bringing, my klezmer? I bring King David's fiddle. A fiddle to play for the world so that hearts may be joyous. I will sing you a song, Lord. I'll sing about your Jews. Jews are running with joy at dawn. Jews, God's Jews, where are you running? What a question to find the land of holidays. Jews, God's Jews, what are you buying? What a question. God's people are preparing for the holiday and we're carrying gifts for the world. Ich will Azemel der singen Goten you. Ich will der singen von dein Schusterl. Geht a Schusterl in Weg Bargenen. Schusterl, mein Schusterl, wo gehst du? Ich geh, fahr Weib und Kind auf Bräut fardenen. Schusterl, mein Schusterl, was nähst du? Ich ne, fahr Menschen, oremme, Chotpotes, Gottes Kinder geien, Nebek Boves und die Weit is full mit Blottes. That's the first paragraph of the Baal Shem Tov song. Oh, hi, Ann. Welcome to the Adrian Dittman Show. I heard you talking for like 2 hours the other day. It was so stupid. You're just going and going and going. And I know you don't even remember what you were even talking about. Not that you're stupid, but this app is stupid. You're actually a brilliant human being. Everyone is a brilliant human being. But this app makes us stupid because we're not actually talking about anything. It's a waste of time.
Was I talking about God?
No, you have a tendency to want to talk to black men. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm just saying that you're entertained. You get your feather tickled, your dopamine created when you talk to black men.
That's weird. That you say that.
It's not racist. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know what made you come up with that conclusion, but
That was the conversation I'm referencing. You were talking for like 2 hours to some room, and it was just so pointless.
what was the conversation about? Was it about how race is a social construct? Was it about polygamy? Was it about...
What's the difference between polygamy and polygyny? I don't know. I don't know what it was about, but you also have some like, you know, something you're like, oh, in Michigan, we say that, we do this and this. See, the things people are reciting news, you know, and some other people will come and say, oh, that's all fucking, that's a lie. That's all not true. It's so, this app is just so stupid. Everybody just go to us.clock.org. I mean, just look at the numbers. Like, if people can't agree with what's happening, they're anti-American. I mean, or they're in it for themselves. I do detect that if you're on the payroll, things are just fine, and the government has paid out a lot. So there's a lot of hypocrites, people that want to burn it down, but have also made it from the system. Those are the worst.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I like to sell your like own country and your own people out. I honestly, I could never do that. Like, there's no dollar amount that could, like, morally, I would not be able, it would not sit well, and it would eat me from the inside out.
Well, you didn't do this.
And then eventually, I think they get cold, like, on the inside, where they just, like...
But you voted Democrat for many years, and now you're MAGA, and you see the error of what has been happening. But nonetheless, you have been participating in the downfall. And you're, you know, just an average person, but there are people responsible. And, you know, I think that, you know, when the Saudi Arabians, I don't know if you remember that they, like, basically arrested a lot of internal princes and whatnot, and then they blackmailed them and said, you have to give us the money back. I think that they should use the IRS to get a lot of money back to pay down the debt, you know, and it will be involuntary, and they will have to comply. I mean, you can't park money offshore and think that you're going to get away with it. Like, that's one of the ways the government is going to solve the debt, by fucking clawing back $300 billion. Either give it to us or we will arrest you. You know, like, the government is that broke. Every major city is that broke. So, and they're just raising property taxes. The whole system is...
Well, I mean, what would happen if, like, people didn't file their taxes, like, for 1 year? Like, everyone.
Then you're not in compliance, and you'll have repercussions. You'll have to pay a penalty. Failure to file. I just got a $300 bill from the IRS saying I failed to file. I was late by, like...
Well, my dad always did my taxes, and now I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do. To be honest.
You just go to H&R Block, just do it online, and just do your taxes and use the software and play around with it and make your submission. That's what else are you going to do? Because it's going to be cheaper than going to a CPA.
I know when I was, like, trying to do it on my own, I was like, oh, man.
It sucks. It's like an annual fucking pilgrimage. That's what our governments make us do.
I'm not willing to learn, but, like, I, like, want someone to make sure, because I don't want to, like, submit it and then I did it wrong, you know?
Well, your chances of getting audited are, like, non-existent, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just be as truthful as you can be. What else can you do? I mean, imagine if you have Down syndrome. You gotta fucking file taxes? You get Down syndrome?
No, I'm saying, like, what if I, like, screw myself out of money? Somehow. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you know, no point in going into it. You're going to have to do it. Everybody's going to do it by April 15th, so it's coming up. Mahmed, what is going on? It is going good. What is going on with you?
Yeah, everything is good. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
I knew you were going to say that. That's because all communication is hypnosis.
That's our greeting in English, in Arabic.
Where are you from?
I'm from Egypt.
Egypt?
Yep.
Okay. My family's from Lebanon, but so what ended up happening today? Where did the Hamas individuals end up? Because I know that the Lebanese army and a whole bunch of people protested so that they couldn't land the planes there in Lebanon. But where did they go?
Okay, actually, I'm not into politics, so I'm not even reading the news, and I don't care about politics. I know it's.
You're from Egypt, and you don't know about Hamas?
I know, but I'm not reading the news every day about it, so because I don't care so much about what's going on in the Middle East. It's not my thing to care about or to worry about.
Do you not live there?
I'm living in Egypt right now. I'm Egyptian.
Hello? Edmund,
What?
did you hear that interaction?
Yeah, he said he's not talking about politics.
He said, I'm not, but he lives in Egypt right now, and he said he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to talk about politics because he probably just wants to like work on English and stay apolitical because he's afraid of fucking talking about politics in his country.
But don't you think I don't think it's political.
Who knows? Who cares? I'm about to get in a hot bubble bath with peppermint oil.
I care.
You care, everyone cares, because it's international issues. It's not only about Egypt, it's all about the whole world is talking about a issue every day, Even the last thing I have known that Donald Trump wanted to deport all Palestinian people to Egypt and Jordan, but our president refused. He completely refused this offer, and because it.
Rightfully so. You guys have freed yourselves from them.
Why
You guys have finally freed yourselves from them.
don't you guys just take the money as well, because you're gonna get paid to do it, and then you just shift them over to Libya, and you're like, sorry guys, you can't stay here, you gotta go make it work in Libya. Good luck.
You know what means if they came to our country, which mean our deportation all of Palestinian people, and their land gonna be empty, so it's gonna be quite easy for Israel to invade it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you just said. It just sounds like,
He said by letting them in, they're just going to like invade them, and they're just going to be in the same position that they were before for like almost 20 years. So
invade them? What do you mean invade them? They can't come in with rocket launchers and all their grenades and rifles. They got to come in with their hands up.
Egypt has been through enough with them. So, are you Muslim or Christian? Yeah.
His name is Mahmed. I don't think it's like Peter or, Luke or John or Paul. I mean, he's not a Coptic Christian, Anne.
I'm Muslim, bro.
I wanted to be respectful and ask. Thank you.
Anne is from Lebanon, so technically she's a Muslim too.
No, Maronite Catholic is.
Maronite? You marinate?
Mm-hmm.
I love it when you say you're Lebanese. That's like saying, Marilyn Monroe is Lebanese. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. Like, you got blonde hair. I mean, is it even natural hair color, or are you just like dyeing it blonde?
Yeah, it's like dishwater blonde, so I just put highlights in it.
Oh, but how do you? I don't know.
If you saw my.
Don't you get roasted a lot for saying you're Arab?
No, I get called the sand N-word a lot.
Yeah, that's probably true. You probably get called an S-word N-word more than you get called anything else. But you see my point. Like, when you say you're Lebanese, like you're saying, hey, I'm an Arab, a Christian Arab. And you don't look Arab.
Catholic Arab.
You don't look Arab, though. You look like a white woman from the Midwest.
If you saw my side profile, my nose.
What are you trying to say about your nose?
My nose.
Your nose is Arab distinguished?
Yeah.
What is your 23? What does your 23andMe say?
Joe Hero says that I look like an Israeli woman from the side.
What does your 23andMe say? Because like Lebanon doesn't. How does that show up in these genetic ethnicity tests?
Well, it says, hold on, the Syrian Republic. So back then, with my family.
That's what your test. Your test says Syrian Republic.
No, I didn't take it. My cousin did.
That's interesting.
Hold on.
Syrian Republic. Like, what is that historically?
Let me look. So back then it was called the Syrian Arab Republic.
Mm-hmm.
That's where. So now Beirut, Lebanon. It was all one region. So Syria was like all one, and then Lebanon, like, separated off at some point. So yeah, during like my great grandfather, when he was there, it was the Syrian Arab Republic. Isn't that crazy?
So wait, did you get whitewashed? Is that why you look so white?
Whitewashed is wild.
I mean, it's it's not like I'm making that term up. I mean, you got whitewashed over time. That's why you look like a white woman with blonde hair, but with a profile Arab nose.
I mean, I don't know what that means.
It's what you just said. I'm just repeating back to you everything you just said.
I didn't say whitewash.
Yeah, but technically you should not look the way you do if you're from Lebanon.
How am I supposed to look?
Darker skin, like more caramel and more indigenous.
Oh no. I would say my family is like olive colored skin. Olive colored.
Yeah, well, that's white. I mean, white people are olive. Well, I guess. Anyways. These conversations are just, for entertainment purposes. I do believe that technically, we are all brilliant individually and have unlimited potential, but on this app, nothing is really being discussed, and it's just a waste of time. It's just for short-term dopamine, and it's just low IQ dumb people talking about nothing, wasting time. That's exactly what's happening here every single day of the week.
And then, are you Jewish or are you Christian?
No,
or
I'm not Jewish.
Jewish?
Well, it just depends on how you look at it, because my dad is Jewish, my mom is, Christian, but my dad is also a converted Christian. So, and I got baptized in high school, so what does that make me? But, I don't disagree with Jewish philosophy.
Oh my gosh, you got baptized in the Catholic Church?
No, I'd say it's like a Protestant church. But I did go to Catholic school growing up.
Did you?
Yep. And I'm not opposed to Catholicism or Catholics. It's perfectly fine by me. I don't have anything against Catholics. I just don't like, gay priests. I mean, I don't think they should be priests. Maybe they should be. I don't know. I mean, no, straight men probably don't want to take that job because they can't, can't fuck. But, if you're a gay priest and you're fucking, like, you gotta get kicked out.
Well, obviously. Edmund, read your chat.
Chapped?
Your chat.
What's Chad?
Your chat, your room chat.
What does it say? Oh, T-Robs is going crazy? I'm looking for other pedophiles. Yeah, that's T-Robs. Good old T-Robs. You dirty dog, you Northern Irish piece of shit. I don't know, that's somebody who hates T-Robs and goes around saying he's raping his dog and is a pedo. Pretty intense troll, if you ask me. I like trolling, but I like being funny and intelligent, I would never waste my time degrading myself by posting that about somebody else. I mean, just maybe think about it, T-Robs. Yeah, it's possible. Oop, T-Robs left. Did you just report him and get his account deleted in real time?
No, I didn't.
No, he just left. Because if he was If
That
the
is
count
somebody
was
that
made.
doesn't like him. Oh my gosh, who in the hell is that?
I don't know. It's I think they used to go by Tree Whisperer or the Tree Leave, or they have all these profiles where they don't say anything and they're just chatbot warriors, and they hate the crew of terrible, despicable people on here.
Well, he had like 1.7K followers.
I know, but he probably changed that profile, after just recently probably. Somebody does not like T-Reps. I don't have a problem with them, I like controlling the conversation, and not being stuck. That's why I really like recording, because it's like I don't really want to listen to what a lot of these people are saying, because it is just a waste of time, and they're doing things in the background, and it's like it's not a debate, it's not a conversation, it's just like a way to plug in, and it's just a waste of your time. So I don't know, I'm just like I enjoy just like filming it, because there's like no other purpose to really be here other than to like try to capture it. I could see nobody's interested in it. And then the other part is like, you think you got one up on other people because you record them and put them on YouTube. It's like you don't have one up on somebody that doesn't even have anything up. So, nothing really great is being discussed in this app now that Roger Mayhem is dead. But we believe we can resurrect Roger Mayhem and bring him back to life.
I can't believe him and Rohan both got clipped.
Why did they get clipped? I don't understand. What was it that they were saying that clipped them?
I don't know. He said that they got into an argument with Muslims on the app.
Ugh.
That's all I know.
Mm. Have you ever read the Quran since you're an Arab?
No.
You've never actually looked at the Quran and read even a page?
Yeah, a little.
What was the messaging? What do you remember?
I think very tribal. More of like a lot different. I just remember being a lot different than Christianity, where we're supposed to pray for peace, and it's not. We don't have enemies. We're supposed to pray for our enemy, I guess you could say. And with them, it's more of attack your enemy. Is the gist.